world moves fast. Your workday? Even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Greenlight helps kids learn about money by actually using it. It's a debit card and money app that teaches kids to earn, save, and spend in real life, not just swipe and hope for the best. Learning happens naturally, in the moment. Parents can set limits, see real-time spending, and guide better habits all in one place, without constant check-ins or cash runs. Don't wait. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/trygreenlight.
Life can be overwhelming and busy, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Once a week, join me, Erin Port, on the Simple Purposeful Living podcast, where we'll make simple tweaks to uncomplicate the hard parts of life so you can spend more time doing what you love. You don't have to overhaul your life to love it, so tune into the Simple Purposeful Living podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Jessica Valant. I'm a physical therapist, women's health expert, and Pilates teacher, and my goal is to help all women feel strong, safe, and secure in their bodies. In this podcast, I'll share expert advice, facts, amazing guests, stories, compassion, and hope to help you meet your body in all seasons of life. Hi, and welcome back to Meet Your Body, to one of our shorter episodes, one of our connections episodes, where we're just going to chat for a few minutes, like we were out on a walk or having a cup of coffee. And we are talking today about GLP-1's. Now, I have a lot I'm going to say to preface this conversation. First off, is I am not an expert on GLP-1's in any way, shape, or form. And I am bringing you a conversation here on Meet Your Body, a long conversation with an expert on GLP-1's. So stay tuned for that, because that is going to be a really great conversation where we get into like the nuts and bolts and the facts and the scientific backing behind GLP-1's and who might be a candidate for a GLP-1, all of those kind of things, because that is a really, really important conversation to have, and I want it to be with an expert in that area. Today, I am telling you things from my point of view because of something very specific that happened last week. That's why this is just a connections episode, because if, again, we were out for a walk or we were hanging out after a Pilates class, this is what I would be telling you. But there's something I want to say first. So I am going to tell you a couple of the pros, the way I see it, and a couple of the things to kind of consider. And then I'm going to tell you what happened last week to proceed this conversation. But just in case you need a teeny bit of background, GLP-1s are a type of injectable medication that are generally used to help with diabetes and obesity, diabetes type 2 and obesity. That is the FDA approved use for them. So they are FDA approved for use with type 2 diabetes and obesity. They are a targeted class of peptide hormones. So peptide hormones is a very broad, large category, and GLP-1s are just one type in that large category. So again, this is just from my point of view. I'm a physical therapist. I'm a movement teacher. I am a certified menopause and perimenopause specialist. I am a women's health expert. I am not an expert on GLP-1s, all right? All that to say, let me tell you a couple things that I see as pros when it comes to GLP-1s. One is, for many people, it is opening a door towards weight loss that they haven't had before. Like, it's increasing accessibility to weight loss. That is a good thing. We do have an obesity epidemic happening. There are truly people who need assistance and need help losing weight. GLP-1s can help with that, as I see it. Also, it has that further benefit of overall metabolic health, which is where kind of the type 2 diabetes comes in. Another pro is, and there's a lot more research needed towards this, but there are quite a few off-label uses for GLP-1s that people are seeing benefits with. One of which is endometriosis and the symptoms behind endometriosis and chronic inflammation. As someone who has dealt with that for over 2 decades, that's very interesting to me. And so that's something else I see as a pro. I think there's a lot more research needed. There's a lot more information needed, but that is very interesting to me. And then another pro that I have seen with people is that by opening that door towards like weight loss, by like giving people a tool to help, it is actually then encouraging people to exercise more, move their body more, eat differently, nervous system regulation, go out on walks, like even pursue relationships and more that community and social aspect, because losing the weight for that person was the key or kind of that first step in a waterfall effect that they needed in order to feel comfortable moving their body, in order to feel more comfortable in social situations. I think there's a lot to be said for that. There's a lot of benefits for that. And again, this is just very high level, okay? I'm just telling you like I would if we were having a quick conversation. I am not going into a lot of details here. And then there's, of course, things to consider, so I'm going to throw those out. You really want and need to have oversight from a healthcare professional if you are using GLP-1s. My concern just on the outset is that they are so popular and so easy to get right now that anyone can get them online. I mean, truly, you can go online and order them, and there's no oversight. You don't have someone making sure that you're using them correctly, that you have the right dosage, that you're a good candidate for it. That is a concern that I have. And then also there are side effects. And again, I'm not going to get into all of them right here, but like anything else, everything has side effects, right? But it's really important when something is really new and exciting, and it seems like everyone wants to kind of grab hold of it. It's really important to remember that there are side effects, that not everyone is a candidate necessarily for GLP-1s. All right, so that's my really quick background, which is leading me to one, yes, want a really in-depth conversation with an expert, which is why I'm going to bring that to you. Hopefully, short term, very soon in the future, you'll find a big, good, in-depth conversation with an expert in the area of GLP-1s. But right now, what I want to tell you is what happened. I never thought that I would be here talking to you about underwear and bras, but here we are. They are actually so important in our day-to-day lives. We wear them just about every day, and it seems like we typically put up with really uncomfortable undergarments, and I think life is too short to do that. So when Skims reached out to me months ago asking me to try their products, to be honest, I didn't have very high expectations because I've never been able to find something that I really, truly love. Skims has blown me out of the water. I find myself reaching for their Everybody thong just about every day. I am doing laundry extra times a week so that I can actually have them available for my workouts. They're so soft. It feels like I'm not wearing anything whatsoever, and I can sweat in them, and it's completely comfortable. And their bras have been so surprising to me. As someone who's had a double mastectomy, bras can be really uncomfortable for me, and they are so soft, they're supportive, they are gentle, and they have specific products for mastectomy, which is really awesome. So I highly recommend you check out Skims. You can shop Skims Fits Everybody collection at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey, and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Last week. So it has to do with work and a big project that I am involved with right now that really encompasses everything that I do and everything, like the entire message that I have for women around health, relationship with their body, feeling safe in your body, feeling empowered in your body, all of those things. So it encompasses all of that. And there was someone who was introduced to this project that I have and the work that I do. And she came back after just reading a really quick synopsis, like a 1-page kind of description of who I am. We've never met in person or anything like that. And she came back just with an email and said, she seems great. Her expertise, I have no question about that. But with the rise of GLP-1s, I don't see a future for the work that she is doing, meaning the work that I am doing in the world. This woman does not see a future for the work that I am doing because of the rise and accessibility of GLP-1s. This is what I want to discuss. One, I have to say, I don't even understand in some ways. I mean, my brain can't quite go there because there's such different conversations to me. I don't understand how you get from point A to point B, that like we have GLP-1s and so you don't need a healthcare professional. I'm confused about that connection. But when I really got in deeper, I realized, because I've been very open-eyed to all of the messages and marketing of GLP-1s out there, of people I follow online, of just commercials, right? Like if you just watch the Super Bowl, so many were for GLP-1s and peptides. It is all over the place right now. And I feel because I am online so much and I've been in this industry for so long, I am used to hearing messages. Like they come in, I process what I need to, I leave behind what I don't. It's easy for me to kind of deal with the onslaught of information. But getting more into her message and really trying to understand where she was coming from, because realizing, gosh, maybe there are other women coming from that place. It really might seem, with all this messaging out there, that if you find the key, right, or like this holy grail for weight loss, you might not need anything else. And that is the message I want to make sure that we are nipping in the bud right now. It is like anything else. A GLP-1 can be a part of your toolbox, like HRT. And I think HRT can feel the same way, especially over the past 3-4 years. The messaging has been astounding on HRT will fix it all. HRT will fix it all. Take your estrogen, take progesterone, take testosterone. It'll fix it all. The experts, like the people who really know what they're doing, will tell you it is one piece to the puzzle. It is just one small piece in the large puzzle and your toolbox that makes up your overall health. And GLP-1s are the same. You still need strength training for bone health. You still need strength training and exercise for muscle mass. You still need to support your balance. You still need community and socialization. You still need brain health and hydration. You still need possible HRT. You still need nervous system regulation. You still need sleep. You still need to develop and cultivate and nurture a relationship with your body so that you truly feel safe in your body, so you feel like a partner with your body going forward. Taking a GLP-1 does not lead directly to that. It is a part of the process, or it could be, again, if you're a candidate, if you're someone it might benefit, it would be a piece to that puzzle. We still need all the other pieces. Really, no matter where we are in health, I would say 100% of the people that I have worked with in my 25, 26 year career, it always comes back to a relationship with their body. That is what ultimately will determine kind of the journey that they go on with their health. It doesn't necessarily determine whether they'll get a diagnosis or not. You all know, if you know my story, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. There was nothing I could have done differently about my health to not have that diagnosis, right? I had done so much work, and yet still life will throw you those curveballs. And that's one of the big curveballs I've gotten. But because of that work that I had done, because of my regular exercise strength training program, because of being on my mat regularly and getting to know my body and working through all of the disconnect that I'd felt in the past, because of all of that, it made my journey through my diagnosis. I don't know if I can say it made it easier, it made it so that I could be more present and keep my nervous system a little more regulated throughout it because of that. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case anyone is thinking, oh, a GLP-1 is going to be just that magic bullet. It's the last piece that I need. And I think that's true with anything. I don't know if there's ever that one last piece I need, right? Like if only I had more time, if only I had more sleep, if only I didn't have that responsibility, if only I could get to the gym, 2 extra times a week. Like it's easy for us to say those things because we want the kind of easier fix. Like we want that magic bullet. We want someone to say, this is the one thing you really need to do. I mean, I want that in so many areas of my life, believe me. Like just tell me that one pill I need to take. What's that one vitamin that's going to make a difference? But it's all of the things that we do in tandem. And it really is different for all of us because we're all different. We're all different people and we have different motivations and we have different health histories and we have different bodies and we have different socioeconomic statuses. We're all different. So we have to kind of do trial and error within all of those pieces we know are important, and we need to keep them in place. And a GLP-1 might be a part of that for you. It very well might be. And if you think it is, I definitely recommend talking to a healthcare professional about it. But I would be remiss if I did not remind all of us that it is just one piece to the puzzle. And we need to move forward with all of those proven things that we know. Movement, sunshine, community, partnership with our body, sleep, eating nourishing foods. Those things that we know that have a proven track record, those are the foundation things that we can stand on. And then we can add whatever else feels right in a season of life. A GLP-1, HRT, certain supplements, seeing specialists, right? There are certain doctors or specialists that we might see just during a season of life. And all of those things are what make up our long-term health and our long-term health experience and journey. So that is what I wanted to touch on today. Again, I will plan on bringing you a much more in-depth conversation around this really, really important topic. But over all of it, remember, it is a piece. It is a piece to the puzzle. And it can be a really important, powerful piece if you're the right candidate for it. And also just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the proven steps, one foot in front of the other. And we will continue to learn and move through this together. All right, thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for listening today. I would love it if you could take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. It means a lot to us and it helps our content get out to more women who need it. You can find more of my resources at my website, jessicavalant.com, or find me on YouTube at Jessica Valant and Instagram at Jessica S. Valant.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.